My dear sister-in-law, you're just the person I need to talk to right now. I'm here to say I'm so sorry. I've actually got plans that I really can't change. So that means we'll be changing the dates of our next trip. It'll be fine, though. Everything will be more or less according to plan. It's just the dates are changing.
What? Wait a minute, Hannah? Just rewind a bit there. What on earth are you talking about? Why are you only just telling me this now when it's been planned for a while?
Okay, well, I didn't think that you would be getting so upset over something as little as this when I'm trying to be serious here. I want a serious conversation to be had. I know that you've organized all of this, and I said that it was fine if you did, but you do know that sometimes people's plans change, right? So if you could please be a dear and reschedule all the reservations for our trip, that'll be great. Surely it won't be that difficult, right?
Hannah, Okay. Now, wait just a minute. You seriously want me to go ahead and change everyone that I've booked for the family? I can't believe what's happening right now.
Oh, come on, Samara. You can't think this is that bad, surely. Well, as my sister-in-law, you can forgive me for my mishap, right? I'm your dear sister, after all.
Oh, for goodness sake. Do you know how inconvenient this all is for me now? Don't you think you're being a bit selfish when it comes to just asking for forgiveness right now? You just suddenly come out of nowhere and say that you have plans and that you want me to change everything to suit you? Are you kidding me right now?
Excuse me? What did you just say to me? What's the big deal in changing things? It can't be helped that I have other plans. Why are you being so arrogant towards me?
What did you just call me? Did you just say that I'm arrogant? I'm not like that at all, and you know that. You're the one being a pain when surely you knew about your plans from the start.
You're the new wife in the family, so whatever I say to you is absolutely true, and I can say whatever I like to you. You really need to learn your place in this family. Okay, so I'm going on a trip to Fiji with my family, but we're going to have to change the dates. So, since you're the obedient sister-in-law, you need to pay the cancellation fee. You'll need to pay it for all the 20 people that are going to Fiji, so be a dear and do that for us so this doesn't turn into a big ordeal, okay?
Huh? Are you seriously going to make me try and do something like that? I don't understand what you're talking about. The trip was last week.
Excuse me? What did you just say? What do you mean the trip was last week? I've got no idea what you're talking about. You need to be straight with me right now, Samara. What do you think you're playing at, Samara? Huh? Why am I the one being charged a cancellation fee? Cut this crap out. You're paying for it.
Oh, wow. Look at you, Miss Hannah. You're so full of rage and energy this morning. It's great to see. I knew that this was the kind of reaction that I'd get from you. As for why you're being charged, the credit card registered at the time of the reservation was in your name, Hannah. So I think it's only natural for you to pay up, no?
But you're the one who made the reservation in the first place. You wanted to be at this particular place, so you're the one who should be paying, not me.
It seems like you're not understanding the situation we're in, Hannah. This is your own fault, and your credit card was the one that was used to book the reservation. Look, it's only your cancellation fee that'll be charged, so I don't get why you're being like this. Please pay the $2,000, Hannah.
Me? Excuse me? Did you just say $2,000? Are you kidding me right now? I'm not going to pay back that much when I haven't even traveled. Actually, I want to know, how do you know it was my credit card that was used for this? I didn't even tell you about it. Did you hack into my accounts?
What? No, are you insane, Hannah? When we properly made the reservation for the place, I told you to register your credit card. My card is on hold at the moment.
Huh? Really? Is that so? But I don't understand how you could have possibly known that my card was the one being used unless you've hacked into my account.
Can you please just take it easy and calm down? Otherwise, this problem is never going to get solved. Why are you acting so vague and irrational for? I know what you were trying to make me do, Hannah. You were trying to get me to make the reservation, and then I would have had no choice but to pay the cancellation fee myself.
How dare you accuse me of such a thing? Are you seriously trying to throw all the blame on me for this? I'm not at fault at all here. You're such a cow, Samara.
Do you really think it's a good idea to be harassing me like this, Hannah? To be honest, I've been holding back until now, but I've reached my limit with you. I've learned that if I leave you to your own devices, you just start to ruin more lives, and there are more victims on your hit list. I'm not going to let you get away with this. I'll make sure that you're not going to do anything outrageous like this ever again. I'm putting my foot down, so you better stop what you're trying to do, Hannah.
Don't talk crap, you stupid woman. You think you can act so high and mighty now that you're married? Why should I be the one who has to pay for the fee? You know what? Since you've been nothing but rude to me today, you're going to pay for this. No matter what, you'll pay, and that's final. I am not paying a cent towards this. What did you seriously just do to me? I am so sick and tired of dealing with you, Samara. I had made a reservation for a large group of people at another restaurant, but then at the last minute it was canceled. Are you seriously wanting me to pay for all of these cancellation fees?
Hannah. Oh, good morning, Hannah. Isn't it a fine day today? Wow. I didn't expect you to message me so angrily this morning. What the heck are you talking about now?
Don't be such a fool. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't personally give you permission to make a reservation for 20 people. After canceling and causing an inconvenience to the restaurant, the cancellation fee is thrown back on me. You doing this to me is the worst thing I have had to deal with. I have almost got $10,000 worth of cancellation fees just because for one day's worth of travel. It's almost come to a total of $30,000. Samara, you need to get over here and get on your knees and apologize for burdening me with all this money crap. You're to come and pay it off right now.
Well, I don't know if we can make that happen, Hannah. Why should I go anywhere near you for? You're the one who's messed all this up and it's harassing me for it. So the cancellation fee should be all put onto you. It's on your credit card, so it should be your responsibility, Hannah. Stop denying it, all right?
Excuse me? Are you seriously kidding me right now? This isn't a joke, Samara. I'm being dead serious here. You need to pay for this right now, okay?
Actually, you know what? I won't. A while ago, I received a phone call from a high-end restaurant. They were confirming the booking that was made. There was also the matter of traveling. I don't think that we're on the same page here, Hannah. Of course, I don't remember the booking, so I asked the restaurant about you.
What the heck are you saying? Are you telling me that they called to confirm the booking? But why would they only do that the day before?
Because the restaurant staff were a little bit suspicious about what was going on. The number displayed on my phone and the number I gave for the reservation were different. That's what they told me, and I knew you were up to something dodgy. You've thrown a lot at me lately, and I'm starting to get very annoyed by it. This is why I started contacting you in advance so that the payments didn't fall back on me, and that your plan would fall to pieces. I'm just covering myself here.
Okay, yeah, and so what about that then, huh? What am I supposed to do about the cancellation fees? You tricked me, and now you're blaming me for everything.
Well, you were trying to make me poor by just suddenly having plans out of the blue, Hannah. When it comes to those fees, you'll be the one paying for it.
Me? Are you kidding me right now? But that is so unfair. I wasn't the one who made any reservations. It's all in your name, so you pay for it.
The staff member at the restaurant took down the number that was given. That number ended up being your phone number, Hannah, so I informed them of what's going on. They said that everything will be sorted as long as you're the one who's paying for the cancellation fee, so I told them that it'll be fine once you knew.
This has got to be some kind of pathetic excuse for a joke. This is crap, Samara. I thought the same number was being used. How can this be true? I don't believe you. Aha! I remember now. You're the one who made the reservations using my cell phone, am I right? You took my phone so they had my details, correct?
Huh? What do you even mean by that? What the heck are you talking about? Have you lost your mind? Why would I do that when I have my own phone?
Stop lying. You're a horrible person. You're just bullying me about the trip now. This is a crime. Bullying is a crime. You're the worst person I've ever dealt with.
Now you're not even thinking straight anymore, Hannah. I'm not surprised that you've tried to turn this whole thing on me to look like you're the innocent one in all this. You know, the restaurant told me that they took a lot of harassment from their end of the phone call. You do realize that they record their conversations to keep staff safe, right? Therefore, I can prove that you were the one who made the reservation in the first place. They told me that if the cancellation fee didn't get paid for within a certain period of time, then they've got the power to file a police report about you and send it here. If you don't pay up quickly, Hannah, you'll be in big trouble with the authorities.
Are you kidding me? The police are getting involved? This is so stupid. Why is something like this so important to you? Just pay the fee and leave me out of it.
But you're ignoring your responsibilities if you don't pay for it. You're the one who organized it, and things are in your name. It's proven that it is, so just pay the fees. A surprise cancellation that isn't handled is a serious form of business interference, Hannah. They could lose a lot of money for this, and that's not fair to them. I think it's only fair for you to just pay for it and move on. Why are you causing such a fuss over this? Why, is it all because your attempt to sabotage me didn't work?
Oh, would you cut it out, Samara? You're such a little brat and deserve a punch in the face. I made these reservations so that you'd have to pay, so why do I have to now? You're the one who should be paying for this, you old hag. This wasn't supposed to be all part of my plan, and you've completely ruined this for me.
Well, I don't know what else to tell you, Hannah. Apart from what you said goes around and comes around, you need to take responsibility for what you did yourself, Hannah.
What on earth is going on here? Why are you making matters so much worse for me? You're a horrible cow, Samara. What on earth is this damage report?
Okay. Don't come to me whining and moaning about it when you're the one who's in the wrong and done something to deserve this thrown at you.
I don't understand what's going on. I've never done anything to the point that the police have had to get involved and take care of the matter.
Oh, right. I see what you're talking about. Well, you kept telling me that I apparently stole your credit card and made reservations in advance with it.
Yes, and that's definitely something that you could have done to me. I wouldn't be surprised because you're very sneaky and want to ruin my life.
Not as much as what you were trying to do to me, Hannah. You're the one who made the reservations in my name, assuming that I'd be the one who had to cancel it. You were planning on making me pay for the cancellation fee this entire time, weren't you? To leave me in debt for a good few years, right? Nice try, Hannah, but it didn't work. So I filed a report against you for stealing my identity and making me look like the bad person when really you were trying to sabotage my financial future. I told you dozens and dozens of times that my credit card was on hold and that I can't use it right now. So now you'll be the one to pay for all the fees now. I never thought that you'd try and do something so stupid to me, Hannah. I thought that you were better than that. I thought that we were getting along. I guess not. But since you're the one that brought this on yourself, you'll just have to do your best in paying for the $100,000 worth of fees.
But I don't understand why you'd make me do something like this. All I was doing was borrowing the credit card because you asked me to make the reservations. Actually, do you even know why I made the reservations for? Do you have any idea what I was actually trying to do, Samara?
I feel like I've got a fairly good grasp on the situation, Hannah. To be frank with you, your younger sister Carla told me all about your little scheme.
What? Are you kidding me? That little brat snitched on me? How dare she? Why is it that she's taking your side in all of this when I'm her flesh and blood?
Did you really just ask me why? Don't you realize how much she actually hates you? You do realize that she's afraid of you, right? How can you not realize her hatred for you?
Excuse me? Her hatred for me? She hates me? I've done nothing even to her, the little snot. Why would she even hold a grudge against me?
Well, she told me a lot about how you used to bully her and pick on her throughout childhood. I don't blame her for hating her own sister if she was getting hurt. And do you know what else she said? I was told that she was bullied by you all because she was a little bit smarter than you. How pathetic of you to hurt her.
You don't even know the full story, so why do you think you've got the right to judge? It's because my sister was being so cocky. She deserved it. It's only natural for the older sister to keep the younger sister straight and obedient, right? I was allowed to bully her and make sure she was disciplined.
In what world do you raise a hand to your younger sister just because she got a worse grade than she did in something? How is she supposed to react to that? Then her grades started getting worse because of you, all because you wanted to beat her up every day after school was done. She was afraid to go home. I was curious as to why she is like this. She's so smart and knows so many things, but she only does an average grade university. It makes no sense. Until I find out how you were treating her. You wanted to make her feel worse about herself, and her grades fell because of it. How dare you treat a sister like that? You even harassed me like this. Did you think I'd stand for it? Of course not. I understand why she lowered her grades. It was to protect herself from your fist.
It's because she's dumb. That's why she went to a lower-ranked university than me. That's all there is to it, Samara. Stop overanalyzing what she said to you. There's nothing else to it, so you need to stop blaming me for my sister's misfortunes. It's not my fault she's like she is, all right? She's just a loser. Firstly, she's a cold-hearted person who left home right after she finished school. And secondly, she's an extremely evil woman who's delusional and always says bad things about me.
Are you kidding me with this crap, Hannah? Do you think I'd ever fall for what you're saying to me? She left home because of the harassment that you were giving her. You've continued acting like this towards her right through when she became an adult. Just the other day, you pushed Carla into a crosswalk at a red light. The light could have turned green at any moment, and you would have let her get hurt. Did you even look her in the face when you did it? Do you even remember what you did?
Oh, come on, you're over-exaggerating a little bit there. My hand just sort of slipped and it hit her and she fell. It was just a tap. It was not my fault because she was the one who was egging me on to do it in the first place. I could tell. She's just so used to how I act around her.
Huh? What on earth is that supposed to mean? How dare you say that when she's been nothing but nice to me throughout her entire life? Why are you like this?
I'll tell you a little story. My sister came home to introduce me to her boyfriend. I thought I had possession over her since I'm her older sister. She ended up selling her own body to some man rather than hanging out with me. But of course, you wouldn't understand how painful it was for me since you're an idiot.
I'm stunned that she would do something like that. I honestly don't hate her for trying to get in with some guy when her sister is bullying her to the point of insanity.
Hey, I did hardly anything to her. She was the one that was weak-minded and thought that she needed to be saved by some guy to get away from me.
She said that she's glad that she could get away from you by being with her boyfriend. I'm not surprised that you wouldn't be kind to the man that she would want to marry. Thank goodness for this happening because now we can corner you for all the horrible things you've done to me and your sister, Carla.
Huh? What on earth are you on about corner me? You couldn't even if you tried. You're both weak and you'll never take me down. You're bluffing. This won't work.
Well, what you said about your sister and how you treated people has made it very clear as to what kind of person you are. I'm not withdrawing my report on you. And I've got no intention of settling this matter with you. I'm going to crush you completely, Hannah. So you better watch your back. If we don't take you down now, there's no knowing what you'll do to people you get involved with in the future. And what you'll do to Carla as well.
Are you kidding me right now? This is the attack you're using against me? Oh my God, it's so pathetic, Samara. I can't believe this is happening when I was just about to take out the trash.
What the heck did you just call me? Did you just call me trash? The only person in this conversation that's trash is you. You're going down, Hannah. Carla and I will make sure of that.
Wow, you and the little brat that are in my life are nothing more than trash. I need to retrain you both how to behave to other people. You need to stand up for me against Samara. Have you forgotten what will happen if you turn on me? I'll push you into the cold river if you don't. You can go to hell, big sister, because I'm not dealing with you harassing me anymore. You're nothing but an idiot who tries to sabotage people's lives. Excuse me? What the heck did you just say to me? How dare you talk to your big sister that way? Since when did you get so brave? You're finished, you know. No, Hannah, you're the one who's finished. I hate you with every bone in my body. We're sticking with filing these reports against you, Hannah. What? You're seriously going to do this to me? Your one and only true sister? Are you for real? I've been nothing but nice to you, and this is how you repay me? You've been horrible to me. You're nothing but a scumbag who should be thrown in jail for trying to kill me at a crosswalk. I have endured so much to get to this day. I'm going to go to a lawyer to formally request compensation for all the damage you've done to me over the years, big sister. They'll take you down. We've got all the evidence we need to show everyone that it was all your fault when it came to setting up Samara to pay those cancellation fees. With this, I can finally have the best excuse on the planet to cut ties with you, Hannah. You were never a true sister to me. I was just your punching bag, and I hated it. You can't do this to me, okay? You can't get me involved with the authorities, all right? Don't you realize something bad could happen to me? You don't want anything bad to happen to your big sister, right, Carla? You can't just throw your own flesh and blood under the bus like this. I can, and I plan to, Hannah. I want nothing to do with you anymore. You'll pay for what you've done to me, to Samara, to everyone you've ever hurt. But Carla, please, don't take Samara's side in all of this. She's just brainwashing you into thinking that I'm a horrible person when I'm not. You know that, right? Oh, shut up. I've known you my whole life, and I think I can make a good judgment on how people act around me. And you've got nothing but cruel things to say to me. I'm sick of having this conversation with you. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. You're to leave me alone. If you try and come after me, I'll call the cops. Then they'll have no choice but to lock you up and throw away the key. The only sister I want in my life is Samara. Back off and leave me alone, you piece of scum.
After her incredibly insane conversation with her sister Carla, Hannah finally backed off and left her alone. But it wouldn't be enough since she got sent to prison for harassment and the theft she framed Samara for. She served her time for a bit and then was temporarily released from prison to get out into the real world. Even though she got a new job, her troubles continued. She was arrested again for stealing. It was difficult for her to reintegrate into society, and she couldn't handle not having the things she wanted. Her sister Carla requested compensation from her for all the harassment and physical abuse she gave her. However, Hannah was in a lot of debt due to the cancellation fees. Even if she's rehabilitated, she'll spend the rest of her life in misery. On the other hand, Samara and Carla are getting along really well as sister-in-laws. Now they're like real sisters, and Samara's husband is a little bit jealous of how close they've gotten. Samara hopes to continue building a strong relationship with Carla and the rest of the family she married into. They're all looking forward to the future without Hannah ruining it for them.
Hey, Sonia, you'll never believe where I'm having my wedding. Unlike all those other boring-ass weddings that others have, mine will be held at a really nice wedding venue in Tonga. It's time for you to be more aware of our differences. I'm not going to let you boss me around anymore when I'm allowed to do whatever I like. Oh, hello, Rebecca. My, lovely, almost sister-in-law. Is that so? You're going to have your wedding overseas? Well, that's good to hear that you're doing all that. But I don't think I was intending to boss you around, and I don't think I've ever really done that to you before since you speak so openly about what you want, so I don't know what to say to that. No matter how many times I try and voice my suggestions to anyone, especially you, Rebecca, no one listens anyway. I don't mind so much anymore, but it's a little bit frustrating. Wow, okay, I never thought that you'd be so smug about a wedding ceremony. I feel so good about this wedding venue because I was about to get a more luxurious place than you. And unlike others just choosing to not eat better before the wedding day, I'm on a strict and regimented diet until the big day. I'm trying so hard to look good for this wedding, actually. Okay, but even though you said that, what do you mean you're on a strict diet for the wedding? I don't think it's anything unusual. I hear a lot of women try and do it, but some choose not to as well. Oh, yes. Well, I guess you must know everything, since you always rub it in that you got married before I did, huh? I bet you're feeling extremely smug right now, huh? It's not something to be proud of, Sonia. The one guy that you were able to snatch up was my little brother. You're nothing special, and it's not really something to be proud of. Oh, I didn't know you felt so strongly about my relationship with your little brother, Rebecca. I think he's one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. I've never met anybody like him before, plus we knew that we loved each other very much, so it was only natural for us to decide on getting married. I thought of all people that you'd be the most understanding. If it were me in your shoes, I'd never marry my younger brother. Do you understand how naive and immature he is, Sonia? He's supposed to be the man of the house. He just lies down and says yes to anything. How can he turn around and say he likes cooking and cleaning the house, huh? Seriously, what kind of drama show is this? I don't think it's very acceptable to say a statement like that in this day and age, considering anyone of any gender can stay home or go to work. Don't you think it's best to hold back a little of what you think? Are you kidding me right now? Don't you dare tell me what to do! Shut up, you stupid, pathetic woman! If I'm saying that to you, then I'm allowed, and that's final. Things should be just the way they are, not what you and my little brother are doing. That's exactly what's so annoying about you. You think you're so special. No, and I don't think that about myself at all, Rebecca. Even though you're my sister-in-law, you can't just turn around and dictate how my relationship and life should be with my husband. No matter what gender someone is, they should be accepted to enjoy the hobbies and other things they like to do. If they find a job that suits them, that's fine too. That's what I think anyways. So whatever you're up to, Rebecca, please just only think about it in your mind because I don't need any problems at the moment in my life. I want us to get along, Rebecca. I'm not surprised that you'd say some crap like that to me. You and my little brother are very similar in that way. You're both so gross. Do you think justice will prevail if you speak up, Sonia? Okay, that's enough now. I really don't have the time or energy to have this type of conversation right now. I understand why you're boasting and being like this. Because your wedding is just around the corner and you want to show off. I get it. But you need to forget about me and enjoy the time getting married. That's way more important than a petty fight. You only get married once, so please enjoy it to the fullest and leave behind all the drama. At least until the ceremony and the reception. It would make things a lot better if you did that. allowed to do whatever I want before my wedding. I don't need to be told what to do by the likes of you. Unlike you, I will marry a man who makes an excellent salary every year. I'll be able to immediately quit my job at the company I'm working for, have a child, and be able to have a rich and happy life. Life for me will be 10 times better than what your life is like. Okay, well, that's great to hear that you've got all of those things to look forward to, Rebecca. Just keep on remembering that and stop giving me and my husband such a hard time. I wish you happiness for this wedding. Please tell me that I didn't just see your face looking around being nosy, did I? It's just my mind playing tricks on me, right? I swear, I didn't invite you to this ceremony. Huh? What on earth are you talking about, Rebecca? You didn't invite me? What's that supposed to mean? Just now I couldn't find my name on the shuttle bus from the airport. We're all just talking about what has happened. I'm very confused as to what's going on here, Rebecca. Why is my name not on the list of people? Because your name wasn't put on there in the first place. That's why you're not able to read it on the shuttle bus. Like I said, I didn't invite you. The only people that got invited to my Tongan wedding were my family, and all you're being right now is a nuisance. You'll be left behind at the airport and won't be allowed to attend the ceremony. Excuse me? What did you just say to me? Are you seriously calling me a nuisance? And of course I'm a part of this family, so I should be invited. I don't get it. First of all, I've got problems with the seating as my name's not on anything, and I'm very worried because I should be able to attend the ceremony. But of course you've got no seat since I didn't put your name down for one. What were you even thinking of coming all the way to Tonga when you weren't invited? I'm telling you right now, you're not welcome at my wedding ceremony today, and you'll face my wrath if you show up to this venue. You need to go on home now, you piece of scum. Okay, I see what you're doing here. You made me come all the way down here just to say I'm not invited and do whatever you like. Am I right? If you're going to go this far and making me feel like crap, then fine. I understand you completely, Rebecca. I guess I'll just get on a plane back to the United States then. Oh my God, thank you. It finally sunk in what I was trying to do to you. But you did a lot of work to get here, so I applaud you for that. I'll be able to take the next flight back as soon as it's available. Even if you start to regret your actions later and try to contact me, it'll all be too late for you, Rebecca. Excuse me? Are you kidding me right now? Why do you think I'm going to regret the decision of not inviting you to this wedding, huh? I'm busy over here, you know. I don't have time to listen to stupid stories about people who came to Tonga without getting my permission to come to this wedding. Now hurry up and go home. All right, well, you're the one telling me to do this. It's on you if this all backfires, Rebecca. Just don't come running to me when things start to fall apart for you. Hey, Sonia, why aren't you replying to me? Stop being so rude. Pick up your phone right now. Where the heck did you go all of a sudden? You need to get back here immediately. But didn't you tell me to head back to the United States, Rebecca? Please stop trying to mess with my head, okay? I am busy returning home. I'm just doing what you told me to do. If you don't stop this madness right now, you're going to end up looking like a really bad person, and you'll end up in a lot of trouble, Rebecca. You really need to think about what you say before you say it. Please consider people's circumstances before acting so irrationally like this. Stop this right now. What on earth are you talking about, Sonia? Are you seriously trying to go back to the United States? Look, if you've not left Tonga yet, then come back here now. Well, there's no way that I'm going back, okay? I've already checked my luggage. I got the tickets in a hurry as well since it's getting busier here. Rebecca, I'm not going to be influenced by your selfish and disgusting actions anymore. I'm done putting up with you flip-flopping like this. Hey, I'm not doing anything like that at all. Look, you need to get back here. You're the one who's familiar with the area. You arranged everything for the venue and the hotel, right? How on earth did I not know that you did all of this? Why didn't you say a word about this to me, Sonia? What is going on here? This isn't making any sense to me. Yeah, I planned basically everything. That's why I really wanted you to thank me when you messaged me a few days ago. To be honest, I kept quiet for your sake. But why on earth would you do something like that for? Why wasn't I kept in the loop? Why is this happening, Sonia? Explain this all to me right now. I don't get it. Why are you so involved with planning my wedding, Sonia? As soon as I found out about it, you just vanished. Why is it that my ceremony is getting canceled? So I'm sure you know already, I'm working as a manager. A fellow manager I know started a business specializing in weddings in Tonga. These are some of the managers who have been good friends of mine for a very long time. I specifically asked that person to hold your ceremony here in Tonga. The wedding venue was originally fully booked out and could only be reserved 3 years in advance. I somehow managed to force myself to hold it back. So you can be very proud of yourself that this has all happened. I'm not surprised that things would turn out like this, Rebecca. Huh? You're some kind of manager? Weren't you just some worker bee like most of the people are these days? I thought you had to get a job because of my brother. I heard that his income was so low that you both had no choice but to work in some meaningless jobs just to make ends meet. Isn't that the truth? Well, you obviously don't listen to me, do you, Rebecca? You were the only one who thought that. I don't even remember introducing myself that way. I take pride in my work, actually. I'm the type of person who wants to concentrate on work and takes care of the house as well. Your little brother supported me in my ventures, so that's why he's doing what he's doing. It's partly why I'm married to him, Rebecca. He's so helpful and supportive, so of course this is the situation that we've got at the moment. Huh. Is that so? Really? You're not just playing some kind of evil trick on me, are you? So, this ceremony that's being canceled, have you got something to do with that? Well, you did turn around and basically call me scum and an evil demon, no? I honestly think after the way you've treated me, Rebecca, you had something like this coming. But I don't understand. The people at the ceremony are really mad at me right now. Do you have any respect for me, Sonia? I was told that I was the one who sent you home when you chose to. Well, you can imagine how this all looks for everyone else, Rebecca, since I'm not there in front of them. It's very clear that this wedding venue is run by a businessman. They're very famous for not putting up with any crap from the people who hire out the venue. They kick out any customers whose behavior they don't like, Rebecca. Look, that's why they do everything in their power to make the wedding of such a lovely couple the best day ever. But they also need to make sure the guests are taken care of. That's why it's such a popular place to come and get married. The people who get married here, one of two things happen to them from the ceremony being performed here. The couple are either all lovey-dovey and stay together forever, or their marriage gets jinxed. I've heard many of those rumors going around. I actually know that, all right? That's why I was so happy that this venue got booked for my wedding so that I can be married for the rest of my days. But now it's all going to be ruined because of you, okay? So you need to get out of the airport and come back here quickly. I've got no choice but to drag you back here. Wow, that is not the attitude I was expecting of you, Rebecca. But you can't change what you said and did to me. I went out of my way to listen to you and what you wanted. I told you that I understood and that I'd get out of your way so you could get married. Do you think that I want to celebrate you even though you didn't want me attending? Are you stupid or something, Sonia? Don't you realize that you're going to be my sister-in-law? Haven't you been listening to anything I've been saying? It's only natural that you come back here because you're my relative, right? All the family is supposed to be here and you're abandoning my wedding to get on a plane? Because you told me to leave and go back home. I'm just following your orders and now you're telling me to do the opposite. Don't you remember what you said about me when you chased me away? The wedding will be held with only relatives, and you didn't class me as a relative, which is kind of messed up when I'm married to your little brother. You said that I'm better off going home. That's what you said, remember? But now you suddenly start treating me like a member of your family? What's with that? Well, that's something that I just said in the heat of the moment. I was obviously looking down on you a little bit because you're so bossy and everything. If I knew that you were involved in this wedding, then none of this would have happened. Hey, actually, just wait a minute. Why did you keep so quiet about something so important like this? Didn't I tell you before? It's because I was thinking about what would be best for you. Your pride is just too much, and I thought you'd definitely hate me even more for planning something for you. I thought that you'd be mad about me arranging the wedding for you. I thought maybe she'll start complaining again. I just wanted to do something nice. I was so proud of my own wedding, and I wanted to do something for you. I was even preparing things for it, and you were acting all smug about it, right? That's not entirely true. I was just trying to talk about the details. You might think I was, but I really wasn't at all. If I just knew the truth, there would be no problems right now. But to be honest, Rebecca, there will always be weddings of a higher standard than my own wedding. I just wanted to surprise you with all of this. I don't think it's possible for ordinary people, or rather, I think it's very difficult for them to have a nice, wonderful wedding like this unless they've got some connections. That's why I kept it such a secret, because I wanted to give you such a good feeling on your special day. And I also didn't want to boast about my connections to make this happen. From now on, you're not to complain about anything I do anymore, all right? I have hope that you won't do something like this to me ever again. So let's prepare more for this wedding ceremony so that we can continue having this conversation like adults. Don't you agree, Rebecca? Is that something you really did for me? So are you going to come over to the wedding that you were secretly preparing for me until now? You were so excited, right? Well, yes, I was actually. As expected, you're able to have your wedding at a better place than I did, but you decided to say just horrible and sarcastic comments towards me. But that was also expected, since we obviously don't get along very well. But now you'll be happy with your husband, and you can forget what I tried to do. It would have all been great if you actually stopped messing with me, Rebecca, but you didn't think I was a member of your family, and so you decided to send me back from Tonga. I really didn't think that you'd be that much of a scumbag to me, Rebecca. I guess I was very wrong about you. You're completely different than my husband. Hey, how dare you say things like that to me? It was just all a big joke. You don't actually think I was trying to send you home, do you? That's insane if you did. I was disgusted that something like this happened because I was looking so pretty and I was doing a strict diet so that I could fit into my dress. I was angry at you because you said that you thought in a different way than me when we're women, and you didn't seem to understand what I was doing. I thought it would be better off if you weren't here to make me any more angry, and that's why I chased you off, but I didn't know you'd try and go home. Oh, really? Is that so, Rebecca? Well, I admit you're trying to be very honest with me right now, and I thank you for explaining how you feel. But this has got nothing to do with whether you're beautiful or not. I wasn't fully involved with this, so it wasn't exactly any of my business how you were preparing yourself for this. I don't think I have a bad personality at all, and the things you said to me were unacceptable, and it was downright horrible. I failed my dieting regime. It wouldn't be horrible of me to just laugh out loud about it, but now that I think about it, I can't hold it in over how angry you got over something so pointless. Okay, alright, I get it, Sonia. Would you please just stop going on about it and do something? Can we just move on from this so that you can get back here immediately? I was told that the wedding venue and the accommodation have both been canceled. Everyone here is in a huge panic. Please help me out here. The groom's relatives are also really upset about what's going on. They think that it's my fault that the wedding and this marriage have been canceled. Huh, is that so? Well, you know what, Rebecca? It's not a story that I'm really interested in hearing right now. I've already started my journey back to the United States. I've gone through security and I'm about to go and find my gate and wait there until we all board. It's impossible for me to turn around and come back at this point, Rebecca. And on top of that, the ceremonial hall manager himself found out about these series of events. I don't think he's going to change his mind now. It seems like you're not going to get your happily ever after, at least not in Tonga. I don't think I want to do anything nice for you ever again, Rebecca. You just ruin it. But you know that this has all been just a huge misunderstanding. I can't just accept this, Sonia. This really can't be happening to me right now. You know, it's such a shame it ended up like this, Rebecca, but to be honest, it's all because of your horrible attitude towards people. I'm a good person who was trying to do a good thing. Without you knowing anything about my plan, I was able to find you a wonderful venue for you and your fiancé to get married at. I was a little envious. Your wedding was going to be so much better than mine ever was. I took the time and effort to reserve this place for you, and you more or less threw it back in my face. I didn't realize that someone could live such a smug life, even though I was the reason why you were able to get a place like this at all. Someone else was definitely more worthy of it today than you. Oh, come on, Sonia. There's no need to be like that with me. Please, just make things go back to the way they were, okay? It's not too late to start from now. I was actually really looking forward to the ceremony and being able to walk down the aisle. Please just stop being unreasonable and come back here. There is absolutely no reason for me to listen to any more of your requests, as you're a complete stranger to me now. Whatever needs to happen now, you're doing it on your own. I'm sure that there's some way that you can figure this out. You're smart, right, Rebecca? Please be proud of yourself for at least getting this far. Please, Sonia, don't leave me here to sort this out on my own. I need you back here to help me. You've got all the details, and since you're a manager, you know how to speak to the event planner person. Don't leave Tonga. I need this wedding to happen so that I can be happy, okay? If you leave and don't come back here, you're going to pay for ruining my special day, and I mean that. Don't you dare threaten me. I want nothing to do with what's crumbling around you anymore, Rebecca. You did this to yourself. If you had been a bit nicer to everyone, none of this would have happened. They're calling me to board, so I need to turn off my phone. Good luck with all your problems. You can deal with them on your own. Why don't you act like an adult for once in your life, for goodness sake?
Hey, Sonia, I'm deeply sorry for what happened yesterday. It should never have turned out like this. My sister. I can't believe her. She was brought up better than this. She's been so horrible to you. I never thought she'd do something so outrageous like that, especially since you came all the way over to Tonga. She wasted your money, your time, and effort, too.
Yeah, that's basically what she did. It's okay, Carlos. I heard everything from the people at the ceremony. I heard that you yelled at her about the wedding ceremony. I can't believe how angry you got about it when usually you remain so calm about these sorts of situations. I was actually happy to hear you be like that, Carlos.
Oh, really? Well, yes, it is very unlike me to burst into anger like that. You should have been in similar seats as me, and I knew something was wrong when your name wasn't on the list for the shuttle bus. I never expected you to even come to the ceremony since my sister planned to not have you be there. It's so messed up. There's a limit to how much a person can take from someone, so...
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one. To be honest, I'm glad I didn't give in to her and show up. The bus list was how I found out I wasn't even invited in the first place. On the contrary, my mood changed about this very quickly. I realized that I would be more productive if I went home and worked. I don't think there's been any damage done, to be honest.
Oh, really? Is that so? Well, I'm not sure about that, Sonia. She seemed really annoyed when you said no, you weren't coming back.
Well, after all that drama, it seems that the ceremony wasn't held in the end. I mean, I told her that the manager wasn't impressed with her attitude, so what happened afterward?
Everyone knew her attitude towards you was really bad, and things kind of spiraled out of control. Even the groom's relatives were disappointed in the situation unfolding. Her fiancé was yelling at her and told her that the marriage was on hold for now while he thinks what the next step is. I think he'll decide what to do from now on very carefully.
Yeah, I can imagine so if he doesn't want to be with a woman who has a poor attitude towards her own family members. It's not right at all.
It would be better if my sister suffered a little bit more for what she's done to ruin yesterday. She should really think before she speaks her mind.
Yeah, I've got nothing more to say about her or the matter. I no longer want to be in contact with Rebecca anymore, Carlos. She's made my life miserable for way too long, and I just think she's a horrible person to be around.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go down with her. She knows where our house is. I heard from my parents that she's trying to apologize to you for what she did. And it sounds like they might have believed that, and they told her where we live and to try to talk to her at our house. I can't believe they did that when we obviously don't want to talk to her.
Wow, your sister actually wants to apologize? Does such a thing exist when it comes to her? I've never heard her say sorry once since I've known her.
Right. It seems like there's something going on behind the persona she's portraying right now. She might be thinking of harassing you some more. Anyway, that might be something that she could be planning. I've got no idea. Just please be careful when it comes to Rebecca. I want you to be safe.
I understand. Don't worry. I'll make sure that she doesn't do anything to me or us anymore, Carlos. Thank you for getting in touch with me, my dear. I'll talk to you later. After talking to her husband, Carlos, she made herself busy by going to work. The house was empty, and footage was captured of Rebecca going to their house. She ended up searching for bags, jewelry, and anything else that she could get her hands on. She got revenge by committing arson for Sonia not returning to the wedding venue in Tonga. It was found that she was definitely the culprit of this crime. Sonia was able to collect all the evidence that she needed to pin the blame on Rebecca. There's footage of her wandering around the house, breaking into things, and setting a room on fire. Sonia was able to file a report of crime and damage to her property. She then reported it all to the police. Rebecca never thought that her wrongdoing would be discovered by Sonia. She should have been more careful, as many people these days have cameras in their house in case of theft or fires. Rebecca tried to apologize to Carlos and Sonia while she was busy sobbing. Not only was Sonia shocked at what she did to them, but Carlos and the rest of his relatives were stunned by her actions. They all thought she had gone crazy. There wasn't a single person taking Rebecca's side. She was then taken away by the police. With this happening, it seems like her marriage to her fiancé was off the table for good. She ended up tying herself in so many knots because of how she acted towards Sonia and the rest of her family. It's nobody but Rebecca's fault, after all.
Abby's pregnant again? Can you even believe that? I feel so defeated now because of that. Whose kid is she pregnant with right now anyway, right? She was supposed to be carrying my kid after all, Kanani.
Abby? Wait, are you talking about your ex-girlfriend, Abby? How can you even come to me talking about how your ex-girlfriend is pregnant, especially when we are this close to having our wedding?
What? Are you jealous that I'm talking about her or something? Stop being so overdramatic about an ex of mine.
No, this is not me being jealous, Nathan. I just don't find it very appropriate of you to be talking about your ex-girlfriend right now with me, especially about her pregnancy of all things. I really don't want to hear about her at all, okay?
Wow, I was only talking about her because I'm hoping that you'll get pregnant with my baby here soon, too. Though honestly, I'm sure that her baby is going to be a lot cuter than yours.
Nathan, are you freaking kidding me? Did you really mean what you just said to me there?
Come on now, Kanani, it was just a joke. But when it comes to Abby, she was known for being the most beautiful girl among all of her friends and family, so you really can't compete with a woman like her now.
Nathan, do you not even realize how rude you're being to me right now saying all of that? We are supposed to be getting married this weekend at our wedding. If you still want for that to happen, stop saying all of those hurtful things to me. I'm already feeling anxious about getting married as it is, and you talking to me about your ex being prettier than me and pregnant is surely not helping.
Why are you getting so upset about this? I'm gonna be marrying you. What more could you ask for from me?
I am asking for you to shut up about her. And didn't Abby cheat on you, and that's why the both of you broke up? I don't know why I'm having to say this right now, but you still wanting to talk about her so much makes me feel that you're hung up on her.
The only reason that ever happened is because that man she was with got her pregnant while she was with me, so she had to leave me. If that had never happened, her and I would still be together with one another right now, and that baby inside her would be mine.
The fact that you are even saying things like that right now to your fiancé is so wrong, Nathan. Even if you are meaning for all of that to be some kind of a joke, none of it is funny to me. It's all making me feel more and more uncomfortable. So cut it out, please.
All right, I'll stop. You know, Kanani, you are way too sensitive sometimes, you know that? All I wanted to do was let you know that she's pregnant with another kid, yet you shot the whole conversation about that down. If you really want to become my wife, loosen up a little bit and let me talk about my past lovers, all right?
What? I think I'm going to need to calm down for a little bit. I'll contact you back once my head isn't hurting so much, all right? And just don't do anything stupid before our wedding, please. Nathan is staying out with me today, so I don't think he's going to be making his way back to your house tonight. Wait, is this Abby? Since when did you get my phone number and everything? I just got it from Nathan because I wanted to make sure things were all going okay between you and him. And wait, what do you mean he's with you right now? I have no clue what's going on right now. Is Nathan really with you right now, Abby? Yes, he is. As you may already know by now, I am pregnant with a baby, and I am in my last month of this pregnancy. I've been pregnant for a while now, but recently, my husband left on a business trip, and that's left me feeling a little worried about being home all by myself. I was thinking that something serious might happen to me, and I'll have nobody around to help, so that's why I gave Nathan a call and asked him to come here. I see. So that's why Nathan hasn't really kept in touch with me all day today. You do realize that Nathan is my fiancé now, and that we're going to be getting married to one another really soon. And you're the one who is pregnant with your husband's baby, so don't you find it a little inappropriate to be having your ex-boyfriend over? I'm sure if your husband found out about Nathan being there with you, he wouldn't really like that. Oh, boo-hoo. So this is what Nathan was saying by you being such a boring and dull woman. Wait, Nathan said that about me? Nathan also told me that he still prefers a woman of my type. Of course he should still prefer me, right? I'm far more pretty than you are, and know how to have fun time with my men. You, on the other hand, seem to be nothing but boring talk about things that are irrelevant.
And what exactly do you know about me, Abby? I happen to know a lot about you. Like how you dumped Nathan right after he found out you'd been cheating on him and got pregnant with another man. And now, you happen to have that husband of yours who has given you another baby and is probably thinking his wife would never have another man over. By the way, is that your second baby now?
No, it's my first, because I made sure to have that last one aborted.
Shocker. Now, do you really think it's okay to be calling my husband over to help you? How could that possibly be the right thing to do after everything you've done to him and after getting married to another man?
Are you just whining right now because you're jealous or something? How pathetic, Kalani. This is the exact reason why no men are really into you, you know. Anyway, you need to loosen up a little and let your fiancé have a little bit of freedom from now on. You wouldn't want to keep him away from the one person that can make him happy, would you?
Fine, you go ahead and keep him there, but tell him this one thing for me. Tell him to take a look at my phone and text me back, please. I have quite a few things I need to talk with him about. So after all that, you never even bothered to respond to me about any of what you were doing, Nathan. Are you sure you still want to marry me after all of that? Today is the day of our freaking wedding, and now I'm not too sure about you. Can you please tell me where you're at right now?
Sorry, Kalani, but I'm not going to be able to make it to the wedding today. Something really urgent came up, so I couldn't help but skip out to go and handle it.
What? What are you going on about, Nathan? What do you even mean you can't make it to your own wedding? We have been preparing for this for months now, and you're just going to blow it off like it's nothing? All of our guests are already gathered here and are ready to see you and I up on that stage.
I don't think that I can make it to the wedding feeling like this, and that's why I'm deciding to respond to you about them right now.
What is going on with you? What feelings are you talking about? And where do you have to be that is more important than our wedding? I could have sworn I saw you come in earlier around the same time as me and head straight to the changing room.
I was there, but I actually just had to leave a little bit ago.
Why did you have to leave? Tell me right now, Nathan, where did you end up running off to?
Just think about it, will you? The answer of where I needed to go is pretty clear if you just think about it. Now, as for that wedding, you tell everyone that I needed to leave for an emergency and that the wedding has to be postponed for a while.
You want me to postpone the wedding now? Are you freaking kidding me? What exactly do you want me to tell the guests this emergency was?
Well, you can't tell them where I really had to go, so just make something up. You could take care of all that, right? What I'm doing right now is what I've always wanted to do, so you, being my bride, have to let this happen for me.
I'm sorry, Nathan, but I'm not going to go around telling all the guests here today some random excuse about why you dipped and are delaying the wedding. Honestly, I'm still a bit confused about what the reason why you left myself. What kind of emergency came up that you had to leave for? Why won't you just tell me, Nathan?
All right, I'll tell you, geez. Abby, my ex-girlfriend, is about to give birth to her baby. And that right there is something I can't miss out on, all right? Our wedding and all that can wait, but me being there to watch her have her baby cannot.
Wait a second. Are you seriously saying that your ex-girlfriend's childbirth is more important than our wedding is? You are insane, Nathan.
You would never be able to understand. My bond with Abby is something I have never been able to have with anyone else in my life. Now, I'm already on my way to the hospital and getting close to it, so you're gonna have to figure out some way to deal with all our guests.
Nathan, if you don't get your butt back here to this wedding right now, it's over.
Shut up already, Kalani. This is my choice, and there's nothing you can say to me about it. If you really want to become my wife, just shut your mouth and let me live out my dream with Abby.
What?
Do you even understand what is going on with her right now? My ex-girlfriend is going into labor, and I have to be there to take care of her as she fights a battle to have her baby. We can resume that wedding when I get back, so you and all the guests just wait for me.
All right, fine. Take your time there with Abby. I'll go and tell all the families and everyone who's here what happened.
Thank you. That is what I'd been asking for from you.
I mean, there's nothing left for me to say to you about this, Nathan. You go ahead and do whatever you want. After all, Abby is more important to you than anyone else, right?
Wow, you really do get it now. That's the way I was wanting you to understand things from the start, Kanani. And as for you letting me do what I want, thank you. That's how our marriage to one another is supposed to go, with you shutting your mouth and letting me do what I want. And if you can't do that for me all the time, I'll leave you and find someone who can do that for their husband.
Okay, say hi to Abby for me while you're there. And don't worry about all of us here at this wedding venue. Not that you were worried about us at all in the first place.
Goodbye. So I went all the way to that hospital to go and be with Abby while she had her baby. But when I got there, I was told by the jerk up front that only family members and relatives were allowed to go in and see her. Can you even believe something like that? I mean, I'm practically a part of her family, aren't I?
Well, technically, Nathan, you're not her family at all. So it makes total sense to me why they wouldn't let you go and see her.
Well, anyway, I'm coming back to the wedding venue now. I'll be there really soon as long as traffic isn't too bad on the way heading north. What's all been going on with you guys? Do you think you can get things started up for me before I come back inside?
I don't think I can, since this wedding's not happening anymore.
Wait, what? What are you talking about, Kanani? Don't tell me that one of the staff wanted the wedding canceled just because I wasn't there for it to start.
Well, actually, everyone here assumed that since you weren't here to marry me, that there was no point to delay the wedding.
Well, tell them all that I'm on my way now and that the wedding can start once I come through those doors. Are all our guests and everything still there waiting on me?
You must be thinking this is all some kind of dream right now, Nathan, because I have no idea what you're talking about. The wedding has been canceled. That's CANCELLED, not postponed. Do you not know how to read or something? Or can you just not tell the difference between those two words specifically?
Huh?
So you really don't get what's happened here, do you? Do you really think there's anyone out there that would want to be married to a man who leaves their own wedding to go and be with their ex who's giving birth? This wedding is canceled, and you and I getting married is all a thing of a past now. And as for all the guests, they've all left.
What? How can you just go and cancel our wedding like that? That was our wedding, not yours. There's no way you should be able to cancel it that easily without my consent as well.
Well, you're the one who ditched me on this wedding and ran off to be with your ex-girlfriend's side.
I was just going to support her.
Why do you keep saying that like it makes it okay for you to run off on our wedding day? Please, don't tell me you still think we can get married to one another after what happened here.
What are you talking about? We're supposed to be married already, Kanani.
How could that be, though? I never went and handed in any marriage papers with you to the courthouse, did I?
Wait, what? Why didn't you hand those papers in after we signed them? I thought you were going to do that for us before we had the wedding today.
You promised me we go and submit them to the courthouse together, Nathan. That was supposed to be yesterday, actually. But guess what you did instead? You bailed on me to go and see Abby. And then she called me later that day to tell me you were with her again and that we'd have to wait to get married. Do you remember that happening?
Were we supposed to go yesterday? Oh, crap! I really did promise you that we'd go and have the paperwork taken care of. I totally forgot about that.
Well, it's too late now because your last-minute cancellation on us today made something inside me finally click. I finally realized that you and I are not meant to be a thing. And honestly, I'm completely fine with things being this way.
What?
Thank you, Nathan, for being a no-show when the wedding was supposed to start today. You really saved me from having to marry a man who wouldn't have treated me the way I should have been treated. I can tell you right now, had we gotten married, it would have only been months before we got a divorce and really had to go through some tough crap.
Wait, what? Divorce? How are we supposed to get divorced if we never even went to the courthouse?
Are you even listening to me now, Nathan? Gosh.
This can't be happening to me. What am I supposed to tell my family about all of this? My boss and all of my colleagues were at the wedding today, too. What am I going to say to all of them about this? Kalani, what am I supposed to do about this?
Hey now, don't you worry about all of that. I already made sure to explain all of this to everyone that was at the wedding today.
What do you mean by explained everything to them? What all did you say happened between you and I?
I just told them the truth. I told everyone here the reason for why you had to leave, and that it was an emergency you couldn't afford to ignore. That you had to go to the hospital and be there with your ex-girlfriend as she gave birth to someone else's baby.
Why would you explain something like that to them? Now you've made it seem like all of this was my fault.
Well, who else's fault would this have been? Did you seriously think you could have spun this whole entire situation to make it seem like I was to blame for it? Ha!
So what you're saying is that this all was my fault. I was only going out to be with and take care of my ex-girlfriend. That's just the kind and caring guy I am, Kalani.
Oh, is that all it was? Well, good for you for being so caring, but you can go ahead and take care of all that kindness you have and give it to her because I'm done with you. Us being engaged is over with, and since we never went to the courthouse anyway, I don't have to do anything else besides cut ties to you, which makes us nothing more than complete strangers now.
What? Kalani, what are you going on about right now? Are you trying to ruin my reputation in my family and at work, all because you became jealous of me being together with my ex today?
No, it's way beyond me being jealous of things like that now. I'm not even interested in you anymore, Nathan, and I've kind of been that way toward you for a while now. Annoyed and disgusted by the way you talk to me and would always be going out with Abby.
Disgusted and annoyed by me? How dare you say that about your own husband?
You are not even my husband, you dumbass. Stop being so delusional and get a dang grip on reality before your fantasies swallow you up. We're not married, and we will never be now thanks to what you've been up to. It's over with, all of it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It
doesn't really matter if you do understand me or not because I'm out of here. So goodbye. Consider this the last thing I ever wanted to say to you.
But our wedding! Kalani, where have you run off to? I finally made it back to the wedding venue, and there isn't any of our guests or you here, other than my family, of course. I thought what you were saying earlier was all just a joke, but did you really want for this whole entire wedding to be canceled today? My parents are both furious at me now over what happened, and things are only getting worse the longer nothing happens. Can you please just come here and explain everything to them for me?
What else is there to explain to them? I already explained the reason as to why the wedding had to be canceled today, and that you and I never handed in our marriage papers to the courthouse.
But what about the cancellation fees for this wedding? Both my parents are pissed at me because they have to be the ones to pay it all off now. Why should they have to pay for something like the wedding being canceled? You're the one who went and canceled the damn wedding, so you should be getting forced to pay.
But it was your parents who agreed that they'd pay.
What? That was just them being kind to you, but now I have them both yelling at me to pay up since this wedding getting canceled was all my fault. Why should I have to pay for it?
Are you really that blind or something? You bailed last minute on your wedding with me today, all so you could be with your ex-girlfriend. It's only fair that you have to pay for that so-called luxury of yours.
I wasn't cheating on you or anything like that, though. I was just at the hospital trying to help and support my friend. What's so wrong with me being best friends with my ex anyway?
Funny, because I have proof that you were cheating on me, actually. I've gone and had a look at some of the messages you and her have been sending between yourselves.
No way.
Now, I suggest that you shut up and pay for the wedding's cancellation fees, Nathan. Unless, of course, you want me to get a lawyer involved in all of this, which then would inevitably make your situation far more worse for you in the end.
Well, wait, a lawyer? Why would you want to bring a lawyer into this situation? What are you trying to say I even did that was wrong? All I'd been doing was going over to my ex's place to hang out with her. I promise you that I never touched her or anything besides to feel her belly.
Go ahead and try to say that as your excuse to your parents then, Nathan. They've already seen the evidence I have on you as well, and will not be excited to see you still since don't want to come forward.
But my parents!
I've had far too much of your bullcrap now, and I can no longer sit here listening to it.
No, wait!
By the way, I found her husband's contact information, so I'll be letting him know about what all has gone down later as well. I'm sure it's going to break his heart to have to hear that his wife has been cheating on him while she's been pregnant, but it's better to learn this sooner rather than later.
Why would you do something like that, Kanani? Are you actually trying to ruin my life forever?
No, I would never want to ruin your whole entire life. I'm just letting him know in case he ever needs some evidence from me for a divorce from her. Haha. And maybe then you can finally have your ex back and won't have to be with her behind her husband's back.
No, wait, please don't do that!
But isn't this all what you were wanting, Nathan? To be with your ex again? I really hope this finally allows you both to be back together again, so you can both be happy.
Kanani, I'll stop seeing her, and I'll apologize for doing all of this to you. I'm sorry, so please, please don't leave me. I can't take care of myself without you in my life.
I'm sorry, but this is really goodbye this time. I really have had enough of you and your games, Nathan. So with this, I hope I finally set you free so that you can be back with your ex, as you both got together in hell.
So, it was you, wasn't it? You went and tattled on me to my husband about everything that happened. You are the worst woman ever, you. And I mean complete and literal scum.
How about you fix yourself before you start to call another woman scum? I never really did anything useless, as I was just going to him to let him know the truth. Now, I really don't have it in me to bother with you anymore. You had your baby now, so good luck to you and whatever happens between you and your husband next. I'm sure you'll have to say goodbye to him, but at least you'll still have Nathan around to support you, right?
I don't need something like Nathan around me. Do you have any idea how much money my husband is making right now? I would rather have my husband stay with me with all that money of his than some loser who hasn't even figured his own career out yet. You call my husband back right now and tell him that was all a dream you had about me. Tell him you are sorry for making up a lie or something.
I'm not doing that. I never dreamed any of what happened, nor did I lie. Also, I've gone and screenshotted everything you just said about Nathan, and I'm sending this picture to him right now.
What? You're sending those to Nathan?
Consider this and him finally learning the truth about you. Anyway, good luck with whatever kind of hell awaits you next. You may look alright, but considering you are a total bitch, I'm not sure you'll ever have a good life again. But that has nothing to do with me now, does it? And with that, goodbye to you.
Kanani, how have you been doing? Do you think we could maybe get back together now?
Absolutely freaking not, you pile of trash. Now what do you want with me?
I finally realized that I made some major mistakes. After having lost you, I finally figured it all out. I figured out that you're the only person for me.
Well, you opening your eyes to all of that now is way too late. You ended up being used by that woman as her toy, and you ended up thinking that she was really into you, even though that really wasn't the case.
That bitch. The moment her husband tore into her, she tore into me. She blamed me for her marriage to her husband going downhill and crashing, and now I'm having to pay a settlement to her husband. That's screwed up of the both of them, right? I was really just meant to stay with you. I should be married to you now and having the happiest time of my life.
And it wasn't just her that went and destroyed that future you had. You're also to blame for that, and it's time you take responsibility for it. Come on now.
Kanani, please don't get up and leave me like that. I need to have you in my life, Kanani.
But I don't need you in my life anymore. You go ahead and enjoy that life you've created for yourself now. Goodbye forever, Nathan. Have you finally realized just how painful it is to be played like a game? After that, I completely went and cut all ties to Nathan, and even made sure to block his number and everything just in case. According to what his parents had to tell me later, he did end up paying them back after they both went and paid for the entire canceled wedding. And they also said that he seemed genuinely sad about what happened and wanting to make things right, but what he'd done was too far for them, and they all disowned him not too long after. After that, Nathan was then forced to pay a settlement to the husband of his ex-girlfriend after they had both been together with one another behind his back. At this point, though, there was nothing left in Nathan's savings, and so he had to pay that man using borrowed money, which would mean he had a lot of debt to start paying off. Nathan has since been looked down on a lot by a lot of his friends, as well as by a lot of colleagues from his work, where he was later transferred to a whole new department and given a pay cut. I'm not sure whether that cut will last forever, but considering his boss hates people who cheat, since he had been cheated on himself, there's no way Nathan is getting back into the department he was in before. As for what's happened with Abby, I heard that she got divorced by her husband and that she had to end up moving back to her parents' house. She would also be forced to pay a settlement to her husband, as well as be forced to keep the baby, because the husband didn't have any attachments to it or anything since it was only just born. Nathan and her never did end up marrying one another, but it sure would have been perfect had they went and got married, considering they are both terrible people. I guess once they both realized that the other was bad, they fell out of contact and never even talked to one another again. Not that any of that really means anything to me though now, and I'm just happy that that all led to me not having to marry a cheating man. I've made sure that after that failed wedding to take some time off work so that I can relax for a bit and spend time back with my parents again. I was actually really looking forward to getting married a couple of months ago, but Nathan really changed my views on marriage after all the crap he pulled. I'm not too sure when I'll try dating again with the goal of getting married, but I'll give myself a few years so that I don't end up burning myself out. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.